Hello everyone, I'm ExtraCheesy87 and this is Let's Play Trails Through Daybreak Part 58. In the previous video we were tasked to go down to the sewers and fight a monster. We fought the monster and then like an angel showed up and started kicking Van's ass, and then he was like, I'm gonna transform, but then he couldn't transform, but then he transformed, and then a Robo Maid came in and saved us. They do security, I think, and I believe they're based outside of Calvert. Well, I guess we should read the Marduk Company. It's like the first time I've heard that name recently. I don't know if we actually said that line out loud in the last video, but you know, here's a refresher for you.
Correct. Their main headquarters is located in the Orid state. While still a young company, it already enjoys a large customer base within and without Calvert. As I mentioned, Mr. Arkride is contracted with us as an external tester for our Tactical Research and Development Division.
Legally, we own him. He signed a corporate contract. Yep, that's how I wound up in the program for Mayor and the trusty Stun Caliber. We're equal partners in this endeavor.
Beyond that, in recent times, we've developed ties to various nations' public security apparatuses, as well as most every mercenary enterprise. We even maintain a technological partnership with the Warriors of Kruga, albeit only in a partial capacity.
I was about to say, we would have missed out on one mercenary company, but no, I guess not. Yeah, I remember hearing about that, although I've heard rumors about your company before. That's an awful lot for one private military company to handle. Does that mean Marduk basically divides its business between its general security and its tactical research and development divisions? Guys must be swimming in cash these days. Taking up more and more market share as you supply tech services to militaries and Jaegers alike sounds like a hell of a recipe for success.
Leave it to Mr. Arkride to employ such sharp assistants. It pleases me to see the next generation is coming along well.
But I mean, if you guys are new, I mean, that just feels like that would be, if it's such a lucrative business, wouldn't that hole have already been filled? Since it's not like, you know, Jaegers or anything are new. It seems kind of like a company doing this would be more, would have already been established. So it's like, are they just so much better that they quickly eclipsed any other existing competition, or is there literally nobody else in the space? I don't know, they just seem kind of shady to have grown so fast, as they claim. I ain't looking for anyone to succeed me here. They're all part-timers helping around the office, that's all. Enough about us. You still haven't told us what the hell you're doing all the way out here. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. That's how dedicated and responsible you are as a concierge, and I appreciate how much you guys value me as a tester. And to be clear, I'm grateful for all the maintenance work you do remotely for my Zephyr, too. Been a big help. They're coming out here like this, that gets into stupid levels of service. I know for a fact you got other stuff to do. So, why go through all this trouble, huh? What's going on behind the scenes to make you drop everything and wander on out here? I suppose I can fill you in on what's happening, but on one condition. You already told me about the anomalies surrounding the shards and your hollow core, as well as that stolen device. Do we have a deal? Okay, so like, sometimes when the plot says you're about to fight a big boss, the time stops, and then, our mascot character pops out. It says, transform, and then I transform, and then I hit the A button a bunch, and then, we win. That's a lot to ask. This chick plays hard. You may rest assured, I'm merely joking. You don't need to go into such detail. There are two reasons as to why I've traveled to Tharbad. One of them was indeed to make direct contact with Mr. Arkride. After all, I couldn't help but be concerned when our previous call was cut short in the manner that it was. Yeah, my bad. Didn't mean for it to be such a big deal. You sound like someone trying to explain to his girl his two-timing or why you talk like that, you know? Yikes, Anya's like super tense. No shot, veto. My other reason for coming to this city is to investigate the film festival in person. Say what? Why would you need to do that? Plain simply, it's related to the Mesodem Film Festival that was set to take place 2 months ago. It has to do with the circumstances surrounding its cancellation. You mean that racial terrorism stuff? No kidding. Think I'm seeing where this is going. As you all know, Mesodem was forced to cancel the festival after receiving a terrorist threat and witnessing a wave of suspicious fires. The city, along with the local security company that was forced to pay a fine for the resulting breach of contract, requested our services. That incident appears to be linked to Tharbad's festival, which received greater attention than was otherwise anticipated. As a result, the decision was made to dispatch me to reassess the company's risk evaluation for Calvert. So that's what's going on, huh? I get it. I think I got lost somewhere around Mesodem canceled. I mean, I don't know. I think I went on the... I went on the line of thinking of, like... You know, was the original terrorist threats fake? As a way to get the festival canceled to shift the focus to Tharbad? And so that would be like an instance of, like, fraud, where the security company got kind of screwed over because there wasn't actually a terrorist threat and they were forced to cancel their contract. Basically, if I understand her correctly, Reset is here to evaluate Calvert security risks nationwide? How is she gonna do that? Really? That way she and her company can prepare to provide any necessary services if and when they're needed? The way she talks, it sounds like Calvert's hardly the only one her place keeps a close eye on. How is one person gonna evaluate the security risk for an entire country by going to a film festival? Well, it sounds a lot like how Hayway's elders tend to think. These guys have got their fingers in some pretty dicey pies. I feel like my idea made more sense of it being like, hey, we need to investigate and see if our, contractors are getting screwed over by some conspiracy. Because, that does kind of make sense. Like, calling a... Or maybe not even necessarily a fake terrorist threat. Get a terrorist organization to call in threats so that it cancels your rival film festival. So that now you're the sole focus. And it does seem like there's a lot of shady money surrounding Tharbad, so it doesn't seem like that out of the question. I completely understand your concern. It is certainly true that Marduk makes money from wars and national-scale law enforcement. On the other hand, we also take pride in demonstrably contributing in part to regional security. Yeah, okay. Yet I can't walk down the fucking road without getting attacked by 18 wolves. We'll also help to combat criminal cabals and other such groups, including ones that have seen their threat level grow inconceivably large. We ain't doing a damn good job at it, no offense. What are you talking about? I guess it only makes sense that your company would be involved in that too. Guys, they're not gonna know that you're saying their name, okay? You're not gonna say Almada and then fucking Mr. Evil's gonna show up and be like, ah, ha, ha, you've said the magic word. Now I can kill ya. So, long story short, circumstances more or less forced you to come out here anyway. That wasn't the only factor. That's all I needed to know then. I won't pry any further. Is all that to say you're basically on loan to us? If so, I'll give you free rein to act however you deem fit while we're here. How did you get that assumption? Your skills are even better than I expected now that I've seen them in person. You got my trust, Rosette. Don't worry. That is very reassuring to hear. It'll be a pleasure working together with you in person, Mr. Arkride. How did you get she's on loan to us? Wait a second, does this mean... You saying we gotta team up with this chick? You sure you don't want to give that some more thought? No, this company needs an adult, even if she may be an artificial being. And then they're gonna hit me with the actually she's 14. You guys feel that strongly about it, I won't force you to work with her. You also saw what happened back in the waterway. I don't think we should look a gift horse in the mouth. I guess he's got a point. We're dealing with that girl and the angel thing, and they both ran off once they got their hands on the Genesis. We might not have hard evidence yet. If I had to point fingers at who's behind it, I know my first guess would be. Yeah. I agree, it's entirely possible that Almada could be lurking out here too. Anya's no! And then the Mr. Bad shows up.
I cannot claim to be fully aware of your specific circumstances, but our analysis does suggest that's quite possible. Having said that, I also believe that it's too early to rule out other potential actors as well. To that end, I will do whatever I can to help, even if I'm still relatively inexperienced as a concierge.
Oh, fuck, they're setting her up to be 12.
Also, regarding the anomaly between Mare and Mr. Arkride, it's rather curious to see an AI with no will manifest and react in that manner, as well as for its user to be covered so densely in shards.
Also, she stops time for some reason. We all know how that shit works.
I may, however, be able to devise a treatment to address the symptoms of such unforeseen outbursts. I speak not only as a professional, I sincerely wish to help on a personal level as well.
Oh,
You're really something.
I understand that I may be imposing upon you, and that you all may have trouble accepting my presence. I truly do.
I don't really get why she's working with us, if I'm being completely honest.
Regardless, would it be alright for me to accompany you all for the next few days while you're in the city?
Like, I mean, I get why she would want to work with us, in a sense, but I don't know, Van's whole, oh, so you're basically on loan to us, doesn't really make much sense, that line. Because in theory, she's here to do her own thing. And if she chooses to be like, hey, I can investigate the city better, you know, in a group, because that's what you guys are going to be doing, let's team up, that kind of makes sense, but I don't really know why she would be, like, directly assigned to us.
Reset, it's okay. You don't have to be so hesitant. We would be happy to have you with us. In fact, it would be really reassuring. Yeah, those wall things you used earlier were really cool too.
I mean, they were pretty cool.
Hell, if anything, I wouldn't be shocked if you turned out to be more reliable than our chief here.
Rude.
Hey, watch your mouth. Not that I can disagree.
Thank you, Miss Clodell, Miss Alfayed, Mr. Wei. Then from now on, I, Reset Twinings, will accompany you, Arkride Solutions, during your 3-day mission in Tharbad.
And then you're gonna show up on our front porch and be like, hey, I need a place to live. Alright, after that, the group enjoyed a nice milky batch. I thought it was, you know, I really did read it as bath for a second, and I was getting ready to be like, what the fuck? Milky batch of chai, courtesy of the inn's proprietors, as thanks for all their hard work. As they did so, they summarized to Rosette the sequence of events up to their current mission for Nina Finley and Judith Lannister. They delved into the genesis and the Grendel, as well as the crimes committed by Almada, revelations that stunned the concierge. For her part, she swore to keep what she learned strictly confidential. Lady's got a damn headset on at all times. Nothing's confidential. She's broadcasting this shit directly to 12 different CEOs. Such sincere consideration for their circumstances further cemented the newfound trust Arkride Solutions had in Rosette. Soon enough, with the sun setting, Van fully recovered and regained his stamina. The party decided to venture back outside, both to find a place to eat for dinner, as well as to report back to the actress on their progress. Or actresses. 6:02 p.m. This shit's important. Jot that down. That will be on the test. You fuckers did not do well last time. And no, we're not curving those grades. That's on your permanent record. You're going to have to do really well in the final to make up. This is more my kind of scene. The city only really comes to light at night, if you ask me. Also, question. Last time when it was 6:30, it was still pretty light outside. Like, it was like the sun had barely started to set, maybe. This time it's 6:02 and it's full-on nighttime. Make it make sense. How far are we? I know you said it's 8 hours, but, like, you know, I don't know. I don't know if it would make that much of a difference. So we went like straight up and down, basically. We went basically direct south. I don't know. Would that affect the sunset that much? You know what that means? Time to hit the streets and see what sorts of joints with foxy ladies I got around here. Aaron, grow up. I don't know what these fox ladies you're talking about. All I know is I'm starving. Don't mind him. He's just driving with his pants, you might say. We still got some time to kill for our meeting. Let's take another look around town by scoping out somewhere to sit down and eat. I know it's not the most efficient way of going about things, but it's how I do it as a Spriggan. Hope us just meandering about doesn't drive you two up the wall. Not at all. I'm actually quite interested to learn. I've wanted to know more about your work for some time. To summarize, the plan is to check for new Force Brigand requests, respond to them as necessary, while continuing to serve the city on foot, yes? Then, when the time is right, we'll make our way to the Aljamira to report in to Miss Finley and Miss Lannister. Is my understanding correct? Well, it didn't take long to adapt how we do things. Seriously, it's like she's been with us this whole time. Why like she's been spying on us? Anya, you gotta contribute something! Something! Nah, lady, you're dusted. Robo Lady's got our heart now. Yeah, we said he'd deliver those autographs to Shahina. Hey, you're right. Forgot all about that. Ah, me too. Do you think she's home by now? Ah, not yet. Remember she said she wanted to stop by the Haman on the way back from work. Good point. I'm sure it's you open by now. Might as well stop by, see how they're doing. See what we can see. just joking. Just jokes. Sounds like a plan. What are we waiting for? No time to lose. Let's get to work, everyone. Indeed. Lead the way, everyone. I'll follow along.
Reward deposited.
Aaron, sorry. Game decided you're on the shit list. What exactly do you say you do, lady? A concierge working for the Marduk Company? Graceful on the outside, but possesses beyond human physical and combat abilities? Beyond human? What? You telling me this lady's a damn robot? Does damage. Has death blow. And deadly omnidirectional attack. Carves through foes quickly and quietly. Little snipe. Elegantly fires a snapper shot. Okay. Is a shield and defense is up? I don't believe in shields. They engender passivity and all that, you know? I completely forgot you had this. Okay, so you're kind of like a mixed attacker, I guess. Because your arts and attacks that are pretty much the same. Is your weapon upgraded already? No. But that doesn't cost money. What about your ornament? It's like, what
Don't
exactly
worry.
do you...
Citri's got your back.
Absolute fucking no. Turn that shit off. How do you change that again? Yeah. You're gonna... You go... So yeah, you're pretty... like mixed attacker. Lengthens S boost effect by 1 turn when boosted. What? I mean, I guess it just lasts 1 extra turn? Okay. Kind of like whatever. I'd rather it be like, hey, it does something cooler during that time. Alright, how the hell are we setting you up? Okay, so you have a full 4 slots on everything. It's kind of strange. No, actually, are these determined by your hollow core? I was kind of thinking these were like innates to the characters, but seeing that she has 4 for all of them makes me think that maybe it's just her hollow core determines this. Because I was thinking maybe it was a way to like kind of diversify the characters some. Like, you know, Anya's doesn't get 4 slots for her attack because she's not meant to be a physical attacker. Alright, how the hell do we want to set you up? We would like... So you have water here, water here. Water everywhere. Up the finishing attack when enemy HP is low. It's Earth though, cringe. chance of decreasing defense seems kind of decent. Let's just give you a hit and gonna have fairies break. This stuff, I mean, Guardian's kind of OP. And really none of the other passives all seem that good. Can have fairies evade. Can have can't equip multiple of the same cords. What? Oh, you already have a strike 2 down there. I was like, why can't I equip that? Sure, whatever. I really don't want to sit here anymore. We've done enough. I mean, I guess you are kind of a caster, potentially. Slot is unopened. Okay. Fine. Who asked? I would rather put the strike there. Like, you could just unequip it. You could just unequip it for me. You could just do that. You could just do that for me. And be resistant seals like crazy. So slowing, regenerate HP, expands radius during a command battle. Whatever. Don't use the vapes. The vapes make you evil. There's another trader I know who lost his camel. Sound like a real nightmare. Gotta be careful so the same thing doesn't happen to me. Cross that bridge if I come to it. For now, I'm taking a break. Granted, we don't really need bridges because, you know, we're in the desert and stuff, but you only live once. Brought one of those orbital hookahs that's so big right now. May as well give it a whirl, right? This is what it tastes like. It's got its quirks, but it's not bad for what it is. Things my nose a little, but it sure wakes you up. In fact, I can smoke this while riding my camel or in the car is a real lifesaver as a traveling salesman. I'll tell you what. Partner. Smoking this dang old hookah does make me feel a little hooky myself. I feel like I need to go out and box somebody. On behalf of the Haman Order, I just wanted to thank you all again for helping out with that. It's amazing how much we can all accomplish when we all come together to solve a problem like that. Also, I'm glad we had an extra bed to spare for that lovely new lady you've added to your ranks. I hate having to put her up in that shared room, but all the other rooms are full. You really got lucky with your reservation here.
Looking is always free, you know. Come back for more anytime.
Now that our son's getting older, I feel like it's time for him to start getting ready to take over the end of the future. I'm trying to set him up with a nice girl so he'll settle down, but he's completely glowing about the whole idea. Puts me in a bit of a spot. Wish he had more confidence in himself. He's a perfectly capable young man who's got his act together. Wasn't there to like, I don't know, can he carry a conversation? That's you know, sometimes holds you back. Thanks for fixing the problem over with Haman down the street. You guys have been a big help around here. Only Mom would take a page out of the book instead of doing something worthwhile with the time she's been playing Cupid all year. She wants me to hurry up and settle down for the future of the end, but I'm just not ready to take over. I'm not being humble. Mother's really intent on me settling down and starting a family. One time I was having to say how pretty one of the dancing sisters was, and then she went out and tried to find a girl like her. You wonder why she didn't introduce us? It's because she couldn't possibly picture us being a good fit, which is, you know, basically saying she's out of my fucking league, which, I mean, yeah, you know, I mean, look at her, look at me, look at her, look at me. Now that I've introduced Cinema to everyone, the bazaar, we're going off and have dinner somewhere. She's not so good with words, but thankfully everyone seems to understand that she's sorry for all the trouble she's caused. Not everyone's forgiven her, but I was at least able to get them to tolerate her being in the bazaar, which is an important first step. What happens from there might come down to how hard she decides to work. I think we're going to treat Cinema to a good meal before I head over to the temple. It's about time she had something nice. Between running away from you guys and introducing myself to everyone at the bazaar today, it's been a lot. Like a lot. I'm so tired. I feel like I could pass out any second. Whoever thought our son would be so interested in other cultures? He told me he wants to have a lamp and a rug. Can you believe that? Rug! On the floor! They should probably just give him the lamp, don't you think? A rug's gonna be a bit expensive. I don't know, just because he wants a rug doesn't mean we couldn't all use it as a family. Why don't we buy a replica or something? Yeah, I mean, you don't have to buy like a legit, handmade rug off the bazaar. You can just, like a regular ass rug. He's a kid, he doesn't know. Not to change the subject, but honey, what's that thing you're smoking? Ah, it's hookah, a traditional way of smoking tobacco in the Central East. This portable type you carry around with you only came out recently. It's pretty handy. It does make me want to beat my wife. Wait, you're my wife. I know I've been trying to cut back on smoking, but I thought I should at least try this stuff since we're here. Can't hurt. Never expected my son to be so taken with Central Eastern culture. It's great. I'm taking it as a sign that we should travel more often. Speaking of Central Eastern culture, I knew about hookahs before coming here. I had no idea these orbital hookahs were a thing nowadays. Feel like they popped up out of nowhere. I appreciate my husband taking us all out on this trip, especially since it's given our son so many new experiences. I don't know if him smoking that hookah when he's not used to it is a good idea, though. No matter how ambient he says it is. Are those hookahs really that good? I see an awful lot of people smoking them all over town. You have to wonder. Told you Mother Jamie knows a lot of stories. She always puts her all into telling them too. That's what makes going to Sunday school so much fun. Yeah, I bet she's really, really good. I'm so happy I get to hear new stories from her. This temple's so amazing. Even though we both pray to the same God, it looks and feels completely different from the chapel I go to. Wow, it's really that different? That's crazy. I'd love to hear what the Western ones are like. Can you tell me a little bit about them? They're basically the same.
Well...
Oh, sorry, Van. Not engaged in the kids' idle small talk. Not interesting enough for you? I want to teach Amani all about the fairy tales of where I'm from. I don't know, maybe I should give her my picture book that I brought with me. That's okay, isn't it? It'll be like a souvenir, but of me, since it's my home. She won't even have to travel for it. This one, it's about a moon, and you say goodnight. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, our fairy tales kind of suck ass. Clem is really interested in fairy tales. I wonder what sort of books he likes to read at home. After talking to him, I now want to learn about stories from further west. We got the 3 little pigs. 1 pig, like a straw, brick, nuclear waste, or whatever. Makes us so happy to see little Climb take an interest in our folklore. It's been a pleasure to teach him all about it. Some of our congregates have expressed concern that people are beginning to forget the moral teachings behind such stories. But all you need is a child listening and enjoying these stories innocently to know that hope is by no means lost. Tourists these days have no respect for what they're visiting. Tharbad isn't just some theme park that exists for their enjoyment. It's a place where people live and they want to live here in peace. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see that kids take an interest in our culture. I just wish more people are like him.
Goddess Arusha.
Our cultural district isn't some sort of museum exhibit. It's home to many people, a place whose way of living are precious to them. Figuring out how to preserve and uphold those traditions while embracing modernization is always a constant balancing act we must deal with. The temple does its best to respond to people's concerns, and we therefore serve as something of a representative of the community. Central Eastern temples are institutions of tolerance at heart. We always strive to promote mutual understanding amongst one another. Yeah, okay, that's pretty based, I guess. Tharbad used to be a trading hub first and foremost, but in the past 2 decades it's rapidly developed into a city for recreation. As a result, there are naturally a number of citizens who feel concerned that Tharbad is losing sight of its original culture. I do my best to take their thoughts and feelings into consideration in talking to people so that together we can make Tharbad even better. So that one day we can become Thar Good. That's my campaign slogan. Vote for me! So we don't have elections here. Of course not. This is no way we'd ever have elections in Tharbad. Yeah, I'm not entirely... Does Tharbad have a government? Like, because they're not a... Actually, I'm not even entirely sure. Is Tharbad like an independent entity that's just like nestled between Eslam and Calvard, or are they just a city in Calvard that's kind of like does their own thing? I guess they're a city in Calvard that just does their own thing. I saw Sarah talking to some hairy old guy. He was weird. He was just like he was on vacation. Brother said his name is Mr. Gotti. Is he somebody important who works at the film festival? Sarah looked so surprised when she was talking to him. Wait a minute, she gotta be dancing in the parade? She is, isn't she? Damn right, she's gonna be shaking that thing. We like the way she moves. Had a lot of tourists today, which is always great. Every one of my customers is acting like a nut. It was crazy. I'm getting a lot of people lately who are like those men who harass Sarah and Shahini. People with no inhibitions at all. I have people during my Sansi tours who try to wander off on me and God knows who God knows who's nowhere, despite, you know, being in the desert. I'm so flustered I can't even speak. Sarah's been recruited to perform in the festival. I hope nothing weird happens that ruins the parade. That'd be terrible. I'm being honest with you guys. Feels like this city's gotten more and more dangerous lately in all sorts of ways. They might not show it, but I have to imagine that deep down Sarah and Shahina are worried. They work in the streets after all. Those two have so much on their plate, I really hope they can continue their dancing in peace, but who knows what's gonna happen. Yeah, kids, that's why you don't smoke, okay? Reefer madness. You'll have a psychosis. You'll go around trying to kidnap women.
Need some
The
spices,
atmosphere feels
perhaps?
pretty different here compared to daytime.
Reminds me a lot of the night market in Longport.
Brother, you can't just say everything reminds you of Longport. My traditional flame-powered hookahs still sell pretty well these days, but these new orbital-powered hookahs draw in all the repeat customers now. It's a shame the old-fashioned ones still have a lot to offer as long as you enjoy them in moderation, but times are what they are.
Alrighty.
I mean, other than the orbital hookahs, you know, being used to deliver a drug that's causing people to go crazy, presumably, I don't really see what the difference is. It's like the same thing. It's just heating up tobacco so you can
Come and
suck it in.
if you'd like.
Or whatever, you know. I mean, I think they actually called it tobacco. I'm honestly not entirely sure, like, what the difference is in hookah and smoking. But I mean, I guess it's tobacco normally. I really don't know. I've never really gotten it. Like, I just think smoking anything is kind of disgusting, but, you know, that's just me. I heard there's some ne'er-do-wells to give those poor dancers some bit of trouble. Such a shame. In my day, travelers who came here were considerate towards us, but these days, I worry that our way of life here is in danger. It troubles me greatly. There's nothing quite like our cultural district here in Tharbad. Like, I don't know if there's actually, like, a difference between just, like, hookah smoke and just regular, like, you know, cigarette smoke. Like, if they do something different in the way it's delivered. I heard Sarah and Shahina were ambushed by some awful guys this afternoon. Must have been so scary. I guess drawing a crowd isn't all fun and games. You get to be as popular as they are.
Why, hello. Thank you. Why, hello. Thank you.
Stop selling shit I can't afford. That's also going to be one of my platforms for my election campaign. Nobody can sell shit that I can't buy.
Hey there, what'll it be?
Actually, we do have some money.
See ya!
A film festival's great for business. With all these tourists coming to town, my sales have nearly doubled. People are buying my comically large leaks. I'm a little concerned I'm going to run low on some of my stock, but that's not the worst problem to have when I can put away so much money. Plus, my daughter's so curious about Western culture. I want to take her traveling one of these days, so it'll help me save for that too.
Indeed.
Indeed. I actually talked to you? I did not. Looking for something for dinner? How about some camel meat? They say it pairs well with a nice libation. And the Centralese families often come together to eat camel on holidays and the like. You might find yourself craving some alcohol at those gatherings, but our customs strictly forbid drinking at those times. Yeah, okay. You guys have those customs? Do you guys also have the customs on how gambling's like super not allowed? No? Guess not. What was I gonna say? There's something I feel like I wanted to say. Oh yeah, about the camel milk. You know, it didn't occur to me at the time, but when they were talking about an allergy, they probably actually meant milk allergy, not lactose intolerance. Because milk allergy, I think that is actually only cow milk. That happens to people. Or it's like, I'm not entirely, it's like somewhat rare, but it mainly affects like kids.
So fascinating.
Where it's like different than lactose intolerance. You can like actually, you know, you have like an allergic reaction to milk. And I think that's only cow's milk that happens to people. Or mainly cow's milk, I don't know. We might have gotten the trouble sorted out at the bazaar, but something about it still doesn't sit right with me. I've heard thought about seeing more and more tourists who are getting out of hand, like with those dancers I had to deal with. I think tomorrow I'll focus my efforts on the entertainment district. More people from out of town end up there. Even with the film festival right on the corner, the nights around here have gotten strangely loud and hectic. Unlike the entertainment district, it used to be that when the sun went down, things really mellowed out in the cultural district. But lately, it's becoming more and more like the entertainment district. It's all a little concerning. Bah! Seen those newfangled mechanical hookahs. They've ruined the flavor of our own hookahs. There's a bunch of hookah. Who could come with these people want thinking they come with these weird devices mechanizing our culture? I'm gonna need to have another talk with Father Mukhtar about the state of the world, because I don't like where it's headed, that's for sure. I mean, lighting up tobacco with the good old-fashioned flame, absolutely 100%. That's Calvardian right there. Partner. Lighting up some smoke with some electric energy? God damn, that's basically blasphemy, partner. I think Roosh is gonna come down and smite every single one of them orbital hookahs. And practitioners. That's what I believe. That's what I want the goddess to do. I can sympathize with Abdullah's worries. Thought about us changing so fast, it feels as though we hardly have time to even remember tradition. Yes, the tradition of using, you know, a fire instead of electricity. Motherfuckers, you got electricity in your house? I mean, it's like you guys are using lamps, but so maybe you don't. Maybe you're anti-electricity. All right, maybe that's the hill you want to die on. Okay. Let's forget we have Professor Hamilton and her incredible work to thank for our current fortune. It'd be disrespectful to everything she's done for our fair city to completely reject the Tharbad we have today. It will be worthwhile for us to take a step back like she did and reconsider her option. Or her position. Something. Whatever.
Gotta keep this up.
No rank up, man. Alright, what's going on? What's the Bracer Guild? Yeah. Please, you gotta help me. Is there any chance I could see a green-haired bracer who works here? I lost my wallet somewhere. I'm hoping if I talk to him, he might know where it could have gone. Seems the reception's still occupied at the moment. It's gonna be desperate. He's coming in here at this hour asking for help. Had a little sneeze. Indeed. Let's watch and see what happens. Perhaps we'll learn something. I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a little more information first. Can you explain what exactly is going on and why you need somebody in particular? Of course. So basically, I was on my way to Tharbad, driving along the Sand Sea. Everything was going just fine until I suddenly, out of nowhere, blew a tire. Luckily, this green-haired bracer ran over to help us. He was kind enough to patch up the tire with the tools he had. Turns out he was heading to Tharbad too, so we let him hitch a ride with us to thank him for his generosity. After that, we all made it to Tharbad, but just as I was going through my things so I could find my wallet and buy some souvenirs, that's when I realized it went missing. Now I'm scrambling to find it. Isn't there something you can do? I understand. You want to talk to this bracer to see if he has seen or possesses your wallet. That's exactly right. I'm beginning to wonder if maybe I got pickpocketed somehow while he was fixing a tire. I just want to ask if he noticed anything strange. Now, is there any way you can call him over? Oh, don't tell me you don't have a green-haired bracer in your branch and I got scammed. I'm sorry, it's probably going to take a little time for us to arrange a meeting with him. Based on your description, I know for a fact that he doesn't belong to our branch. That's what makes it tricky. Maybe this is our B-rank bracer who was supposed to come in, but... I think it's more likely that whoever it was came over and helped you was operating independently. No bracer matching that description is registered with us. If he's in town, we probably won't hear from him until at least tomorrow. Man, it's not to wait and hope for the best. Still, if you hear anything about my wallet today, could you get in touch with me? I'll wait around outside by the oasis in case anything comes up. It never ends. I feel bad for it. Seems the guild's getting so many visitors she can't catch a break. Hope the other man manages to find his wallet too. That's awful having it stolen. Now let's have a chat with her now that we're here and the line's opened up. We can learn something interesting. Meet again. Looks like you're keeping busy, taking people's requests this late. Ah, you all again. I heard that. You heard that, I'm guessing. Yeah, we did. I'm sorry we didn't really mean to pry. It's something we do a lot. We do a lot of prying. That man said he lost his wallet, right? If only there was someone to talk to that green-haired bracer you mentioned to get his side of the story. Indeed. Though it sounds like determining which bracer it was could prove to be difficult. You're telling me I'm pretty confident someone from out of town who decided to come by and help. But when he'll get in touch, who knows? He could drop by after he's checked out of the city tonight, and it could take even longer. Until we can figure out more, there's no way for me to pinpoint which bracer it is that man met. So it's most likely hurry up and wait for this tomorrow. Boo. You guys are really interested in all this. Who cares if this mystery bracer shows up with a wallet or 100? A lot of mirrors, sure, but it's got nothing to do with us. Maybe. Some of this whole situation stinks. What do you mean? Nothing, just talking to myself. Good luck getting this guy sorted. From the sound of that van, you don't want to let us go. That guy mentioned he was going to hang out over by the oasis. Couldn't hurt to have a chat with him. See if we can coax anything else out. As you wish, Mr. Arkride. Okay. Well. And side quest, main quest. Wait. How dare you? How dare you hide dialogue from me? The fact we have limited room to navigate these cases unless a civilian is directly harmed does make things more difficult. We're trying to investigate what's going on in Tharbad's shadows right now. Unfortunately, we can only take it so far by ourselves. We'll probably need to coordinate with the police to some extent to get anywhere. Which is to say, if you find anything, please don't keep it to yourselves. The more we work together, the better this will all be. Oh yeah, there's a person with an angel flying around. What? I said what I said. Hope you're all able to figure out who that mysterious green-haired bracer is by tomorrow. If not, we're probably to open an investigation ourselves so we can get the victim his wallet back. We can't keep him waiting too long. Alright, I guess this is a pretty decent place to stop. Next time we will talk to... I guess we'll talk to green hair. Or not green hair. Dude looking for green hair. See what he's got to say, work on his quest, and then we'll go pop over to the baths to talk to our favorite dancers. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.